Tofu? Hey everyone, welcome to today's video. So today I'm going to be taking you through my weekly room cleaning routine. I wanted to make today's video because I personally watch a lot of this kind of stuff on YouTube. Also, probably like 90% of the content that I watch is like meal prep videos or clean with me's, and a bunch of basically suburban moms. But yeah, I feel like those are really positive videos to put out into the world because at least when I watch those kinds of videos, I feel really motivated to get my butt up off my bed or up off my chair and do something productive that will set myself up for a better day tomorrow or next week. And yeah, I wanted to share that with you guys. So I hope that you take away something really positive from this video, and I hope you enjoy it. If you do, please let me know in the comments below. And if you want to see more videos from me, please do hit subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any future videos that I hope I will be producing soon. Yeah, I hope you enjoy.
Don't feel anxious, don't feel shame. If there's a question, it can't wait another day. Don't feel like it's all in vain.
Okay, so before I start getting any cleaning done, I will first order breakfast. 9 times out of 10, it's going to be Starbucks because that's just what I like. And as you can see, Tofu is usually pretty excited about it too. She knows she's going to get some. Here's just a quick shot of what I ordered on this day. There's 1 sandwich and 1 latte for me, and then another set for my mom, since she likes to enjoy a treat on Saturdays as well. Next, I will kind of settle down onto my table, turn on my laptop, and just try to look for something that I can watch as I clean. Sometimes I just clean, in silence, but I find that having something to listen to as I do my cleaning really gets me in the zone. And normally I do try to watch videos like this, like Clean With Me's or other motivational videos that just give me some extra energy as I do all the stuff that needs to be done in my room. Here I'm actually showing you one of my favorite channels on YouTube. Her name is Frugal Fit Mom. She does a lot of grocery hauls, budget cooking, that type of a thing. So if you want to go check her out, definitely I encourage you to do so. So then once I've selected a video to watch, I'll just sit down for a few minutes, sip on my coffee, munch on my sandwich, and just kind of get myself in the mindset to start the day. Of course, we have to give Tofu a little treat as well, because she usually keeps me company on Saturday mornings. Here's a quick overview of what my room looks like before I start any cleaning. I know it kind of looks like a hurricane exploded in my room, but that's real life. I don't really have anyone help me clean my room, and I work full-time on the weekdays, so this is pretty typical of what my room will look like at the end of the week, and that is why we have to do this deep clean. The first thing that I tackle is the laundry usually. So here I'm just sorting out, things that need to be hung up, things that don't need to be on hangers and need to be folded instead. I'll put away any towels, just pretty normal stuff, honestly. Once that's all sorted, I'll just put it away in my cabinet. And I know this looks, again, kind of like a tornado exploded in here, but I promise you there is a method to this madness, and it usually stays, somewhat organized, even if it doesn't look like it to the untrained eye. Next, I will sort through any piles of packaging or basically stuff that has accumulated in the spot right beside my desk. Like most people, I get pretty much everything I need online nowadays, so that leaves me with a lot of packaging, and I try not to just throw everything away. I'll usually go through and sort it and have it reused in the house some way or another. So with that and the laundry done, I have pretty much tackled all of the big items of mess that are in my room. And that's always my first step because that makes it much easier to vacuum afterwards. And once I do start vacuuming, I usually go from like higher surfaces down, and I do the floor last because I don't want to, let's say, vacuum the floor and then end up having to re-vacuum it anyway after dust from other stuff that I've cleaned falls back onto it. So I start off with my beds, and my bed that I actually sleep on usually has the most fur because that is where Tofu sleeps as well. I will say that this vacuum that I'm using, it is a Dyson and it was gifted to me a couple years ago, but the attachment that came with it, this specific one that I'm using to vacuum up the beds, is life-changing. It is so helpful, and if my vacuum broke tomorrow or the attachment broke tomorrow, I would 100% buy another one. It doesn't have to be a Dyson. I think Dreamy or Xiaomi or some of the other brands also do them, but basically if you have pets that shed fur all over your beds and couches, get yourself this attachment. It will change your life and the way you clean. Once the fur's been vacuumed up, I will usually just do a quick spritz of alcohol, like your typical isopropyl alcohol, all over my pillows and my blanket, just because I like the feeling of being in an extra sanitized bed. I don't know if anybody else feels that way, but definitely it's something that I enjoy, and it makes me just feel really fresh. Last but not least, I will just fold up the blanket, and this bed is all done. Now it's time to move on to the second bed, and yes, there are 3 beds in this room because I used to share it with my sisters. They don't live in this room anymore now, but obviously I'm not going to just throw out their beds, so I do still have to vacuum them and keep them clean because, once again, I do live with a dog, and she really likes to stay on beds. She is an indoor dog, and so she's pretty clean herself, but again, the fur is just kind of insane. So I just need to make sure I get the pillows under the pillows, make sure that I vacuum the bed really well. Especially this one, because in the daytime, at nighttime she sleeps with me, but in the daytime she actually likes to stay on the other 2 beds, I think because it's closer to where I sit down for work. So they get quite a bit of fur on them. Then I'll just do my tiny little side table, vacuum my humidifier, underneath my plugs, all that, and that is bed number 2 done. I decided to take a break after bed number 2, and you wouldn't think that vacuuming or just shaking out, a pillow or a blanket would take so much energy, but it really is pretty tiring, and I usually get really sweaty. It's basically my exercise for the day. And on this day, it was particularly hot, so I took a little break, had a sip of coffee, which you can probably tell is not a latte anymore because I refilled my Starbucks cup with just regular black coffee that I had laying around. And then I also just decided to give in and turn on the air conditioning because I was melting at this point. After that quick break, I moved on to bed number 3, the last bed of the day. So there isn't anything too interesting here. Basically, I just do the same thing that I do for the other 2, but because I have a large bed sheet covering the entire bed, I don't need to take as much time to vacuum underneath and around things. All right, now it's time for the floors. And as you can see, there is a lot of fur that accumulates here, especially in corners, underneath the table, or the perimeter of my room, because those areas don't really get stepped on much, so the fur just kind of hangs out and collects there, forming little fur babies that we, of course, will vacuum up, because that is kind of where Tofu likes to snuggle up near my feet during the day. Then I'll just do a quick vacuum underneath the 3rd bed. It is the only one that has this little space because it has a pull-out underneath. Then I'll do around my kettlebells, underneath the shoe rack, and then under the plants, near the feet of my mannequin, and basically around the entire perimeter of the room. Then to get ready for my final vacuum of the main floor area, I will usually just toss out Tofu's used pee pads so they can get off the floor. And then I will also shake out her dog bed because, you guessed it, she also sheds quite a bit there. On this day, I decided to just take out my laundry while I was at it and kind of, getting stuff around the room sorted. I don't really have a specific kind of time in my cleaning routine where I take out the laundry, but I just make sure to take it out, basically. All right, we are now at the home stretch. So as you can see, I just change out my vacuum attachment and get the one that's for the floor. And pretty much just go around the entire room. I try to be as methodical as I can about it. Basically, I try to make sure I don't miss any spots because for the 1000th time, I'm really dealing with basically a blanket of fur all over everything that I own. And once that's done, we are finished cleaning. So on this day, it actually took me quite a bit of time, but normally I can do this whole thing within like an hour or two if I'm not filming it, and it really just gets me in a good mood, and kind of if it just wasn't the best week for whatever reason, it helps you just feel like you have a fresh start, and sometimes that is all you need, is to feel like you have a fresh start. Hey, okay, so I have just finished cleaning my room and I'm about to work out while the fur is not yet covered in dog fur again. Um, but before I do that, I just wanted to thank you for watching today's video. If you like today's video, if you like this kind of content, or if you have other content that you'd like to see, please leave them in the comments down below. I would be very happy to hear what you guys think. And yeah. Thank you so much for your time. I hope to see you guys again soon.